Paris, August 21st, 1911. The Louvre is closed to the public on Mondays. Inside the museum, workers move quietly through its vast galleries, cleaning, repairing frames, adjusting lights. But sometime that morning, something impossible happens. One of the most famous paintings in the world simply vanishes. Not damaged, not moved, gone. At first, no one notices. The Louvre is enormous, a maze of marble halls and endless paintings. But by Tuesday morning, an artist named Louis Barou walks into the Salon Carré gallery to sketch. He looks toward the wall where a small portrait usually hangs. Instead, he sees 4 empty hooks. No painting, no frame, just a blank space. The missing artwork, the Mona Lisa, painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Today it's the most famous painting on Earth. But in 1911, it was just one masterpiece among thousands inside the Louvre, until the day it disappeared, and the investigation that followed would turn a quiet Renaissance portrait into the most talked about artwork in history. This is the story of the greatest art theft the world had ever seen, and the man who claimed he did it. Painted sometime around the year 1503, the Mona Lisa is one of the most studied paintings in history. Created by Leonardo da Vinci, the portrait is believed to depict a woman named Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a wealthy Florentine merchant. But there's something strange about the painting. Her smile. Is she happy? Is she hiding something? Even today, historians debate the meaning of that expression. Da Vinci carried the painting with him for years, constantly refining it. When he died in France in 1519, it became part of the French royal collection. Eventually, it found its home inside the Louvre Museum in Paris. By the early 1900s, the painting was admired by scholars, but it was not yet the cultural icon we know today. That would change because of a crime. Every mystery needs its cast of characters, and this one is full of them. First, there is the museum itself. The Louvre in 1911 was the largest museum in the world, but security was shockingly loose. There were few guards, no alarms, no cameras, and workers regularly removed paintings from walls for cleaning or photography. Then there were the suspects, poets, artists, collectors, even international criminals. One of the first names investigators considered was the flamboyant poet Guillaume Apollinaire. Apollinaire had once joked publicly about burning down the Louvre. He had also been friends with a young avant-garde painter named Pablo Picasso. And there was something else. Just a few years earlier, Apollinaire had secretly purchased stolen sculptures taken from the Louvre. Suddenly, 2 of the most influential artists of the 20th century found themselves questioned in connection with the biggest art theft in history. But they weren't the only ones under suspicion, because the truth about the missing painting was even stranger. The timeline of the crime begins the day before the museum reopened. Monday morning, August 21st, a man wearing a white worker's smock walks into the Louvre. This uniform was common among museum employees. No one questions him. He enters the Salon Carré gallery where the Mona Lisa hangs. The painting itself isn't very large, about 30 by 21 inches, protected by a simple wooden frame and glass. At some point during the morning, the man lifts the painting off the wall. He carries it to a nearby staircase. There, he removes the frame and protective glass. Then he hides the painting under his clothing and calmly walks out of the museum. No alarms, no confrontation, just a man carrying the most valuable artwork in the world under his coat. The theft isn't discovered until the next day. At first, museum staff assume the painting has simply been moved for photography, but hours pass, no one can locate it. By afternoon, the Louvre shuts down. Police flood the building. Every room is searched. Nothing. Outside, Paris erupts. Newspapers run sensational headlines. Crowds gather outside the museum. The Mona Lisa has been stolen. The French police launch one of the largest investigations the country has ever seen. The Sûreté Nationale interrogates museum staff. More than 250 employees are questioned. The building itself becomes a crime scene. Fingerprints are collected. But forensic science in 1911 is still primitive. and the case quickly turns bizarre. Police arrest the poet Guillaume Apollinaire. During questioning, he panics. In an attempt to protect himself, he names his friend, Pablo Picasso. Suddenly, the young Spanish painter is brought in for questioning. In court, Picasso reportedly trembles with fear. The two men eventually admit they once bought stolen artifacts, but deny any involvement in the painting's disappearance. Both are released. Meanwhile, the Mona Lisa becomes a global obsession. Newspapers across Europe and America publish theories. Some believe the Germans stole it. Others think a secret collector commissioned the theft. One rumor suggests the painting had actually been destroyed. Months pass, then a year, then two. Still no Mona Lisa, but the real thief has been hiding in plain sight. In December 1913, more than 2 years after the theft, a man in Italy contacts an art dealer in Florence. He claims he possesses the missing painting. The dealer alerts authorities. They arrange a meeting. The man arrives carrying a wooden trunk. Inside is the Mona Lisa, wrapped in cloth. The man's name is Vincenzo Peruggia. He is not a master criminal, not a collector, not a spy, just a former Louvre employee. Peruggia had worked at the museum installing protective glass over paintings. He knew the building, he knew the routines, and he knew how easy it would be to walk out with a painting. When questioned, Peruggia offers a surprising explanation. He says he stole the Mona Lisa to return it to Italy. He believed the painting had been stolen by the French during the Napoleonic Wars. In reality, Leonardo himself had brought the painting to France centuries earlier. But Peruggia's patriotic story captivates the public. Instead of being seen as a criminal, he becomes something of a national hero in Italy. The painting is returned to the Louvre. Peruggia spends only about a year in prison. Ironically, the theft did something no museum promotion ever could. It made the Mona Lisa famous. Before 1911, it was admired mostly by artists and historians. After the theft, it became a global celebrity. Millions of people traveled to the Louvre just to see the painting that had once vanished. Today, the Mona Lisa sits behind bulletproof glass, inside a climate-controlled case, protected by one of the most sophisticated security systems in the world. And every year, nearly 10 million visitors pass through the Louvre. Most of them come for one reason: to stand in front of that mysterious smile. But the story still raises a haunting question. Was Vincenzo Peruggia really acting alone? Some historians believe he may have had help. Others suspect a larger plot that was never uncovered. And even today, the greatest art theft in history remains surrounded by mystery. Because sometimes, the most famous painting in the world is famous not just for the artist who created it, but for the day it disappeared. Thank you for watching Dark Canvas. My name is Charles. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more, where the most beautiful masterpieces hide the darkest stories.